Cañon Falls is the perfect side adventure after a day full of running the Via Ferratas. If you haven't seen our Via Ferrata videos from Ouray, you can click in the upper corner to see one of those. Even if scaling rocky faces isn't exactly your cup of tea, this beautiful waterfall is worthy on its own as an excellent addition to your trip's itinerary. You do have to pay to get in, but as you'll see over the course of the video, the views that you can get here are well worth the small fee. In addition to the scenery, there is also quite a bit of history here. You can read all about it inside the Visitor Center. After leaving the Visitor Center, we set off to hit the trails. There are 3 short hiking trails in the park, and we are going to be doing 2 of them in this video. We're going to start off with a quick hike to Box Cañon Falls, and then we're going to take the High Bridge Trail. Everything here is really well marked, so if you're not an experienced hiker, don't worry, you'll be just fine. Since we're doing the Box Cañon Falls Trail first, we passed by the stairs for the High Bridge Trail and curved off to the right. This short stroll is really easy, and the only elevation change that you'll experience is when you have to come back up these stairs, and there's some optional stairs at the falls that you'll see in just a second. My feet were just a little bit tired from the Via Ferratas, so I was wearing sandals. Just a little warning, it can get a little bit slippery around the falls, and I wish I would have worn shoes for the High Bridge Trail. You're definitely going to want to watch your head as you round this corner because the ceiling's pretty low, and once you make it around, you'll get your first look at that beautiful teal water. Even though we were still about 50 yards from the waterfall, the sound of it was absolutely thunderous as it echoed off the canyon walls. As you cross the walkway, you'll come to those optional stairs that I was talking about. In our opinion, the views are better from the walkway or about halfway down the stairs, but if you have the energy, you might as well go down and check it out too. We're going to do that in just a second. But here we are arriving at the main event, which is the big waterfall at the end of the canyon. And it was flowing when we were visiting at a rate of several thousand gallons of water per minute. As I mentioned before, we will now be heading down that bonus set of stairs. You won't be able to see the big fall at all from down here, but you will get a good view of the lower fall and the creek. Here's the view from the halfway point down, which is probably about as good as it gets. The only benefit of going the rest of the way down the stairs is that you'll be able to get some nice shots of the creek flowing. But please be careful because the rocks surrounding the creek are extremely slippery and you definitely don't want to get washed down. After soaking in the views for a little bit, we decided that it was time to make our way back up the stairs and head towards the High Bridge Trail. Coming in at half a mile long, the High Bridge Trail is also fairly short, but it is a little bit more strenuous with 200 feet of elevation gain. You will be starting off by going up the staircase that you see right here. While 200 feet of elevation gain might not sound like much, if you're coming from lower elevations like Southern California, there's a chance that these stairs might have you breathing heavily because Ouray sits at 7,700 feet above sea level. There is an emergency phone located inside this structure, but after we caught our breath, we decided that we would press on. In addition to the elevation gain, this trail also has some really rocky parts. There is a hand line to help you get up at times, but grippy shoes are highly recommended. I will say that we were slightly caught off guard by just how rocky and rugged this section of trail was. Obviously, it is nothing compared to the Gold Mountain Via Ferrata, which you can see in the upper corner. But since it's inside the touristy area, we were expecting it to be just a little bit more tame. This is the kind of stuff that we love to do though, so we did enjoy the climb. And here we are arriving at the High Bridge. A small word of warning, if you have a fear of heights, you might not enjoy this one. If you don't have a fear of heights, however, you will be getting some pretty spectacular views from up here. From way up here, you can see the beautiful town of Ouray, Cascade Falls, and the high peaks of the Amphitheater Cirque. On the other side of the bridge, you'll be able to see Canyon Creek as it cuts through the narrow gorge. This is what feeds Box Cañon Falls. At first we thought that it just dead-ended on the bridge, but then we noticed that there was a tunnel. This was definitely a fun and unexpected addition to the hike, and it ends up leading to a much longer trail. This is known as the Perimeter Trail. It does a loop all the way around Ouray, and it gives you an overall distance of 5.4 miles with 1,499 feet of elevation gain. Sadly, we did not have time to do it on this trip, but I would definitely like to do it in the future. On the way back, you need to stay left at this fork to head back towards the visitor center. And don't be shy to use that cable because things can get a little bit slippery at times. Overall, this is a really fun spot to visit. The landscapes that you can see here are absolutely gorgeous, and it has one more fun little bonus, and that is wildlife. Just outside the visitor center, there were tons of cute little critters running and flying around. If you want to try your hand at photographing things that are extremely small and very fast, there are squirrels, chipmunks, and tons of hummingbirds here. The good thing is that I think that they are kind of used to people, so you can get a little bit close to grab those shots. And that is going to do it for our video from Box Cañon Falls. We love visiting Colorado, and we would love to hear some more suggestions on what we should do on our next trip. Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps us out. And for all the information about Box Cañon Falls, as well as other awesome things to do in Colorado, head on over to 𝐿𝑎𝑑venturelife.com.